Hello everyone, it's Don once again. Let's start out this video a little bit differently. We'll look at the Christmas lights that were just lit this past few weeks in the three town squares. First we're looking at Spanish Springs. This was the other night. Scooter the DJ was playing and the crowd was having a good time. It's been a busy time since the last video came out. During that time was Thanksgiving, and I worked with a group of people to provide Thanksgiving dinner to all the firefighters here in the villages. We also raised $1,000 for their Fireman's Relief Fund. Here's the Christmas tree that's lit up in Lake Sumter Landing. If you've not been to one, the Christmas tree lighting here in the villages is a very big deal in each of the town squares. There is actually many people that make an effort to make it to each of the town squares for the Christmas tree lighting. This was Brownwood. Talk about packed. There was about 10,000 people there as best I could tell. Every parking spot was full, all the grass lots were full. It was amazing seeing the crowd there this night. I've lived here in the villages for 7.5 years, and I can honestly say I have never seen this many people in any of the town squares all at one time. It was amazing to watch. Here's the Christmas tree lighting and the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was an enjoyable evening watching the tree light up. But now, let's take a look at the construction going on here. We're going to start out with a trip to the new Sweetgum golf course. Well, I say new. It definitely plays like it's new. All the renovations are done, and the course is in great shape. I had a chance to play the course shortly after it opened. The tee boxes were great, and the greens are firm, smooth, no ball marks, absolutely gorgeous. Great fun to play on. However, some of the things didn't go away on this course. The water hazards, they're still there. The trees still get in my way. And of course the sand traps are always a big draw. We're going to take a quick fly around of the entire course so you get a good feel for what it looks like. Again, it's absolutely gorgeous after the new work has been done. Of course, they didn't get rid of the one thing I was hoping they would, and that's the gravity well by these trees up here. It never fails. My ball is always under the trees. I hate this hole. The 6th hole coming up is supposed to be the easiest hole. Yeah, right, unless you play it from the blacks. Here's the tee box, and there's the green. It's not a fun hole. Not from the blacks, at least. As I said, the course is in beautiful shape. It's been shut down for the last 6 months while they revamped the greens, and it's definite. Of course, number 8 is also a lot of fun from any of the back 2 sets of tees. The water level on this hole is about 1 inch higher thanks to all the golf balls I've put in this lake. That's enough of the Sweetgum course. Let's take a trip up north, and we're going to head up to the First Responders Recreation Center that's being built. Here you can see the old Baptist church is being converted, and they've already planted the grass for the multi-purpose field and the pitch and putt course. This recreation center is still a few months away from being open. This rec center is also unique, and it's the first one not built by the developer. This is being built by the AAC, the Amenities Authority Committee. The funds for paying for this rec center came from a lawsuit from about 12 years ago. Once this money is exhausted, the AAC will no longer have any authority. Their role will be the same as PWAC when it comes to amenities. It will be, as it always has been, an advisory role for the amenities north of 466.
Renting your home is made easy when you advertise with Rent from a Villager. Our website offers an easy-to-use user interface, 24 photos you can upload and change whenever you want, and live customer support. You'll be speaking directly to one of the owners, Karen or Ryan. Sign up today at www.rentfromavillager.com with code WIGNUT to get 3 additional free months on a year subscription.
Let's head south now down to Lake Deaton Plaza, where on the east side of the Publix that's there, they're building a new building where they're going to make room for more shops and restaurants. So far, the only thing I've heard going in here is a Jersey Mike's. In my opinion, they're going to have a tough time of it because Publix makes a great sub. For now, the rest of this will just be shell space, waiting for tenants to decide they want to occupy. With all the new development down at the south end, I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of business coming this way. Moving on from Lake Deaton Plaza, we're going to go down to Magnolia Plaza by the village of Marsh Bend, and we're going to look at the Omni building that's being built. The Omni building is just a name they use to describe shell space for additional merchants. This is just like the building to the right of Publix in the Lake Deaton Plaza that we just looked at. Work has yet to start on the 7-Eleven or the other commercial building that's being built, or the McDonald's that's going in on this lot right here. Moving on from the Omni building, we'll head to the west to the Village of Hammock at Fenney. We'll start with a look at the villa homes being built, then head south along the golf course, and then swing back up again to look at the rest of the community. This is about 200 villa homes, a combination of courtyard villas and patio villas that are being built in this little area. This first section right here is already up for sale. As we head to the south along Adamsville Avenue, these lots here are all for custom-built homes. All of these lots were snapped up almost as fast as they were made available, and they're all sold out. If you're building a home along this section of the Villages, and you need somebody to watch it while it's being built, give me a call or send me an email, and we can arrange a package deal where I'll take pictures for you every week and send them to you. Go to my website, goldwingnut.com, click on Our Services for a full description of this service. And if you do this before the first of the year, I'll even give you a 10% discount on your total package. This area beyond the houses is where Coleman Ridge is going to be built. This will be a family residential area and an industrial complex. Most of the designer spec homes in this area are already sold out. There's a few cottage homes left, but mostly it's courtyard villas and patio villas that are going to be left in this area. Hammock at Fenney is probably the quietest neighborhood of all the new neighborhoods being built because it's not near the turnpike or any other major road. Yes, 301 is going to be rerouted, but I don't think it's going to be as close or as big a noise issue as the turnpike is. Saw this little guy on the front 9 of the Southern Oaks Golf Course. He's about 8 feet long and probably about 350 pounds. He's a big boy. Moving on from Hammock at Fenney, we're going to move down to the southern end of the village of St. John's and see how the construction work is going on there. This is the route we're going to take in the lower section, and then we're going to also fly the midsection of St. John's. These are patio homes being built here. This was shot on December 6th, a Monday. There are more foundations going in here, and then as we get up to the courtyard villa section, there's even more foundations going in. All of these courtyard villa homes in this area are going to be using the new tilt wall construction method. Obviously, there's a limited capacity, so these foundations are just waiting for the rest of the work to catch up. This is the same area once again, only it's 3 days later. This is Thursday, and you can see how much progress they've made. I would expect homes in this area to be ready about the 1st of February. This is the midsection of the Village of St. John's. This is also going to be mainly villa homes. It's got its own little mailbox area, but that's about it. So it's going to be a small little private community. This area is on the opposite side of the turnpike as the Everglades Recreation Center. Okay, let's move a little farther north to the northern section of the Village of St. John's. This is the flight path we're going to take. We'll also take a quick look at the Okahumpka Rec Center that's being built. The Okahumpka Rec Center will be similar to Fenney and have a restaurant along with it. These waterfront lots went up for sale, and like most, they disappeared very quickly. There's only 3 or 4 left. Once again, if you're building in this area and you need pictures taken, give me a call and we'll arrange a package. And on these also until the 1st of the year, I'll give you 10% off of your package. This black area is an interesting contraption, and a lot of people are wondering what it is. Well, it's a filter. They're dredging the water area in front of where the restaurant is going to be. They're pumping the muck off the bottom of the pond, pumping it into here. The muck settles in the bag, the water flows back into the lake, and this is how they're cleaning it up to make it usable. If you look closely, you can see the pipes, and right at the bottom of the screen is the dredge unit. This is where the restaurant's going to go. And if you'll look at this, you'll see that the rec center has already started construction. This rec center is the size of a village rec center, and not the big regional rec centers like Rohan or the new Izell Recreation Center. Let's go back and take a look at this again. If you look at the plot, this is all scheduled to be home lots. But in this area right here is where the black bags are. Like I said, it's just a big filter. It'll all be hauled away when they're done cleaning out the muck. Here's another look at the Okahumpka Recreation Area. This is the mail center for the northern end of the Village of St. John's. St. John's is actually going to have 3 mail centers, one in each of the 3 sections of it. Here's the recreation center again. You can see the walls are going up quickly. It won't be long, there'll be a roof on this building. At the end of the parking lot, they're staking out where the restaurant foundations are going. And this little boat here is the dredge. You can see Okahumpka is not a very pretty lake. It's filled with muck, and this is pretty typical of most of the lakes in Florida. They're pulling out all the organic matter that's formed the muck at the bottom of this little harbor that they've built. I'm headed south now along the east side of Magnolia, and this is the walking path that's being put in just to the north of the Okahumpka Rec Center. On the west side of Magnolia, work is progressing on the pitch and putt golf course that's going in, as well as more of the residential areas. Once again, we have golf carts going through the construction area. Not a smart move. You might as well call it 24-hour cart club, because you're probably going to get a flat tire running around back here. We're going to slide a little to the north and to the west now, and look at the village of Richmond. Here's our flight path in Richmond. This is flying south from the Brownwood area. The area just to the near side of these two ponds is where there's going to be more recreation amenities. Pickleball courts, swimming pools, so on. This is the rest of what would normally be at Okahumpka. The area is just too small to support it. Tucked back in this area is this small section of the community. This is going to be another one of those very quiet areas. It's surrounded by trees. There's only one way in, so it should be rather nice. You're not going to hear too much of the turnpike noise. You can see they finished this massive retention pond now. And we're going to fly south towards the turnpike, more residential area here, and of course the pitch and putt course going in. We can see here there's a huge amount of wetlands being preserved in this area of Richmond. On the far side of Magnolia, just ahead, there's going to be two small subdivisions also in this area. The large lot at the north end is designated as commercial property. It wouldn't be much of an update if we didn't at least take a quick look at what's going on in Sawgrass Grove. Work is progressing on all the buildings, as well as on the stage area of Sawgrass Grove. There's been no word yet, though, as to when the possible opening date is. Obviously, it's going to be sometime after the new year. My guess is probably around March we'll see this area open up. It should be a lot of fun. This is a great big entertainment square, but there's really no shopping, but plenty of food and drink. Tucked back behind the Sawgrass Market is the sales building. If you look at the sign when you pull into the Sawgrass Market and Ezeel Recreation Center, you see it also says Sales and Information. Here's a look at the front of McGrady's. And this is the front side of the Sawgrass Market. The square for the entertainment here is the same size as Brownwood and Spanish Springs. There's just no shops around it. To the south of the Ezeel Rec Center and Sawgrass Market is the village of Cason Hammock. We'll take a look at that and see what progress is being made. This is our flight path. What a difference 2 months of construction has made. So many homes are completed here. Many of them are up for sale, including the ones that were being built with a tilt wall construction about a month ago. All those are up for sale now. Just like in Hammock at Fenney and the village of St. John's, if you've got one of these view site homes that's being built, I'll give you 10% off on your video and photo package between now and the first of the year. Let's move a little bit to the northwest now, to the village of Hawkins, or actually it's the second phase of the village of Hawkins, and this is our flight path that we're going to take to see what's going on. Once again, we can see what a difference just 2 short months of construction work has made here. With all the time I've spent in the construction areas, I've gotten to know a lot of the contractors, and they all tell me the same thing. They need bodies. So if you've got a daughter or a son or grandson, granddaughter, niece, nephew that's looking for a good job in the construction business, bring them here. This is the place to be. Jobs are very plentiful. Here's a picture of a little 5-foot gator I saw swimming around while taking some of these videos. From Hawkins, we're going to swing to the north end of the Southern Oaks area to look at the area just north of the Village of DeLuna. This is our projected flight path. It's actually 3 flights that I'm going to show you in one. This is the far north end of Marsh Bend Trail in the Village of DeLuna. We're going to follow this up till we get to the Neighborhood Recreation Area Postal Center that's being built, and then we'll go up and turn around. Right up here on the right, there's a small pump house building that's been built. This is for the pumps that move water from one retention pond to the other. As you can see, most of the residential roads are in place. Don't go up in this area. It's still considered trespassing. It's a 3rd-degree felony if the police catch you up here. This is a construction zone. Please stay out of it. Here's the neighborhood recreation area, and there's supposed to be a butterfly park here. I don't know much about the butterfly park, other than that's what's shown on the plans. Up ahead is where Marsh Bend Trail meets US 301, but first we're going to turn around and take a quick look around this area. Obviously, with the dead-end streets, these are courtyard villa communities or patio villa communities. And here's another look at that neighborhood recreation area. The drainage system and underground utilities are all in place here. It won't be too much longer until we see homes start popping up, probably sometime after the 1st of the year. Here is where Marsh Bend Trail is meeting US 301. They've put up the poles for the traffic light that's going in. This is US 301 and Marsh Bend Trail. I'm actually not over US 301, I'm actually over the trees on the west side of it, waiting for traffic to stop. Once the traffic stopped, I had to run across the road, and then I flew the drone across. But you can see, they're building the road now. It shouldn't be too much longer, and this will be all done. Traffic finally cleared, and I got across 301. This is the same area, and up in the upper left corner is the neighborhood recreation area that we've looked at a couple of times now. Nothing's been announced yet, but based on the current state and the past observation of how construction goes, I would expect Marsh Bend Trail to probably open up around the May time frame. Let's move to the south now, and we're going to go to the area just south of Monarch Grove. It's known as Phase 8A1 and A2. And this is our flight path that we're going to take from Marsh Bend Trail all the way to the new bridge that's being built. We'll also take a look at the bridge from the Citrus Grove side. This area is being cleared for residential. Here's a closer look at the plans for this area. McNeil Drive is going to go from Marsh Bend Trail all the way down to the bridge, and Corbin Trail is going to intersect it. To the east of Corbin Trail is going to be a pitch and putt. This area that's cleared here is going to be a recreation center, and along the turnpike is supposed to be an executive golf course. I'll fly in a little bit closer on the area that's supposed to be the recreation center. Once again, let me remind everybody, stay out of the construction areas. They're very hazardous. The big trucks don't see you. They'll run right over you.
Hello everybody, my name is Joey Faulkner, owner and operator of 24-Hour Cart Club here in the Villages, a towing service provided strictly for golf carts, whether it be flat tire, run out of fuel, any kind of emergency breakdown. Feel free to call us. You can sign up online at 24hourcartclub.com. You can sign up over the phone, area code 352-661-0562. Use promotion code Wingnut, and that'll give you 3 months free on a year membership.
This is coming up on the south side of the Southern Oaks Bridge that's under construction. You can see they've got 3 rows of pilings in place already on the south side, as well as a row of pilings on the north side. And if you look real carefully, you can see the pilings in the middle of the road that are being built. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like it if you like what's going on, and click on the bell so you get notifications when the next video is there. This is from the Citrus Grove side. Once again, you can see the pilings in the middle being built, as well as on the far side. According to the plans I've seen, the Old Bailey Bridge is scheduled to come down sometime during this construction phase. For right now though, it's a great help for the building. It gives them access, easy access, to both sides of the road for building the bridge without having to worry about the turnpike traffic. Once again, I'll remind you, stay out of the construction areas. Let's move even farther south now, down to where Middleton is being built in the Community Support District. This is where our flight path is going to be. It's kind of convoluted, but I was out having a little bit of fun and looking around. There's a lot to see going on here. This is the new wastewater treatment facility, and we're going to look at the detour that they've made at 501 Marsh Bend Trail and County Route 470. This is all part of the rerouting that's being done of 470 and the renaming of it called Central Parkway. As I rotate around, you can see the roadbed going in for Central Parkway. There is a tremendous amount of work going on here to support Middleton. The new schools, there's going to be a commercial area, lots of residential areas, just a little bit of everything here, all part of the future growth of the villages. A lot of this is also to support the new medical facility that's being built over by the turnpike. All this is really necessary to attract employees here. These schools, being some of the best in the state, are one of the biggest tools they have for attracting new employees to make them want to come here. Now this construction area here on the left, you can see the light area. That's actually the parking lot for the K-8 school. You can see another one of the multimodal tunnels that's going to go under Central Parkway right below us. So there's no doubt about it, this whole area is going to be golf cart accessible. This is more of the Central Parkway roadbed along the bottom of the screen. This is looking back to the east again towards the turnpike. Once again, the multimodal tunnel. Here's the layout for the K-8 school complex. The yellow is the buildings, the green are the sports fields. Between the K-8 facility and the new high school, this is going to double the capacity of the charter school district. Here's that parking lot again for the K-8 school. My guess is this is where the construction trailers will be going in about a month to start work on these new buildings. The orange clay area is Dr. Randy McDaniel Way along the north side of the high school building. The wider areas you see are the street side angled parking on Randy McDaniel Way. I'm going to rotate around now towards the south, and we'll take a look at the work going on in the high school complex. The first thing we see is the main parking lot with the construction trailers. That's the upper right parking lot in this drawing. It's quite the impressive facility that they're building. This is your tax dollars at work. Oh, wait a minute, there is no tax dollars on this. The developer's paying for it all. Coming up, you can see the footers are poured for the stem walls for the main academic buildings. You can see their outline right here. These gray areas are part of the foundation for the cafeteria building. At the top edge of the parking lot, you can see two more multimodal tunnels. Coming up, you can see the potable and reclaimed water mains that are being laid out in this area. You can also see the water mains here along both sides of the new Central Parkway. Let's slide now to our west. This is where the city of Leesburg is and the villages of West Lake. This is going to be our flight path. Veering off to the right, up ahead, is where Magnolia Road continues on to the village of Denham. Magnolia Road continues up, and up ahead you can see lots of work going on here. This is where they're taking down that large triangular shaped hill that was here. It's been cut down about 15 feet so far, and you can tell by the line of dump trucks they're cutting down a whole lot more. This rich red clay doesn't let a whole lot of water penetrate through it, so they use it all over the villages for controlling drainage and construction. This is Magnolia Road once again. It's going to curve back down and you see it go off to the left. You see the orange spot up in the upper left? That's where this mountain is being moved to. They're filling in this area to help control the drainage. This area here is the village of Lake Denham, and way up ahead is the village of Danby. That's County Route 470 running up along the top left side of the screen. This area has already been built up several feet with all the clay that they're moving in. Along the tree line you can see once again walking paths are going to be going in here. If you want to walk, there's going to be a whole lot of areas south of 44 that you're going to be able to walk. At the top of the screen will be the village of Danby. This is now looking west at the intersection of County Route 470 and the Turnpike. You can already see the beginning of the road layouts for the residential streets. You can see more of the multiple wetlands areas that are being preserved in this area of the villages. Let's move a little bit to the northwest to where the Homestead Rec Center and the Village of Newell will be built. Here's our flight path around the Village of Newell and back to the Homestead Rec Center. As I take off, you can see the new dog park here at the Homestead Rec Center. The white rectangles are concrete pads for benches. We'll head southeast now into the village of Newell. This big rectangular pond is part of the old spray fields. My guess is it's just going to be left there, and they're going to use it as part of the retention pond system that we have here in the villages. No sense taking it out when you're just going to have to build the capacity someplace else. Here's another wetlands area that's being preserved. In the upper right hand corner of the screen, that's another view of that same clay hill that they've been cutting down. How they got the cell tower removed that used to be there? Beyond me. It obviously took a whole lot of work to get done. They don't move cell towers anymore. You can see more of the utility mains being laid in here. Tucked back in the woods here is the stargazing area with the telescope pads that has been built. This is going to be an interesting area. Coming out of the woods, we come up on the Homestead Recreation Center. This rec center is very near opening. Here's the dog parks once again. The pool is filled with water. There's people in here working every day to make it ready for opening. Going off into the woods right here are two boardwalks that form a loop that's about a quarter of a mile long, walking through the woods. This is a nature walk. Once again, I'd like to ask you to please be sure to like the video, click on the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you know when each new video is ready for you to view. We'll take one more look at Brownwood as we end this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please look for the next one. I'm Don Wiley. Have a good day.